The Gotcha Paper, not your typical or average publication made specifically to highlight the dark, private, accidental, and flat-out bizarre crime/occurrences of the people of Richmond, Virginia, and the surrounding areas. This was considered probably the most controversial and, as some people would say, disrespectful things ever created in the Central Virginia area. Every week, a new issue would be released highlighting the crimes that people committed and were accused in the very community it was conceptualized in. It showcased the mugshots, names, and crimes of the accused. Over time, other cities took this blueprint and recreated its format to suit its region. But this is the original. From lawsuits to threats of violence and derogatory insults, this publication was majorly despised by the people as a whole. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into the controversy of the Gotcha Paper.
I did my time, just like a man. I came home, stuck to the plan. No more probation, you understand? No more probation, you understand? I did my time, yeah, just like a man, yeah. I came home, yeah, stuck to the plan, yeah. No more probation, yeah, you understand? Yeah, no more probation, yeah, you understand? Yeah, I had to.
The genesis of Gotcha. As reported by ABC 13 News on Tuesday, October 18th, 2011. Gotcha newspaper has hit the stands in Central Virginia, and not everyone is happy about it. The hot seller costs $1 and features dozens of local mugshots, even poking fun at some people like the quote-unquote goateed guys section or quote-unquote gentlemen beware blind spot. But not everyone is laughing. It's almost like it's supposed to be funny, but it's not really funny because these are people's lives they are messing around with, said Sarah Knudsen, a Lynchburg resident. The weekly publication includes offenses such as DUIs, driving without a license, and drug possession. Quote unquote, it seems to me they are looking down upon these people. Yeah, they made mistakes, but we shouldn't ridicule them, says Wes Cole, who opposes Gotcha. I was kind of like, what's the purpose of it? What's the point? Said Brenda Birchie, a resident. Defense attorney Leigh Drury doesn't get it either. Quote unquote, this is horrendous. I would never waste my money on something like this, said Drury. He says it's voyeurism and says ultimately it's justice that pays the final cost. It tramples the presumption of innocence that we all enjoy. It's appealing to the public's fear of crime, said Drury, but some defense attorneys disagree. I don't think it would affect the trial or case because once the trial begins, everyone sees the client anyway, says Joseph Sanzone. There's a disclaimer in the paper that says, quote unquote, not every arrest leads to a conviction and all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But Drury says the publication is sending a very different message. Quote unquote, what it's saying is these people are guilty simply because they have been arrested, said Drury. The flip side of having all the freedoms we have is that the people are free to publish things. We have free thought in this country, said Sanzone. The publication also lists health inspection reports and local crime news. In the editorial section, it says Gotcha has 3 objectives: to provide the public with information, detail crimes, and raise safety consciousness. All the mugshots in the publications are public records. So, from the beginning, this newspaper had a negative outlook on people around the area, man. I mean, while there were some of those who looked at it as funny, you know, others felt like it was an invasion of privacy that caused trouble and needed to be shut down. Even though these mugshots and crimes were legally public knowledge and could be obtained pretty easily, at that, some civilians rallied against it, even resulting in legal action. Gotcha sued. Published May 15th by WWBT. A local man is suing the popular Richmond magazine Gotcha for publishing his photo. Dwayne Tolliver says this photo should have never appeared in the paper. According to his lawsuit, Tolliver appeared in issue 70 on April 28, 2012. Gotcha published his picture and reported that Tolliver had been arrested for assault and battery. Tolliver calls the allegations quote-unquote false and defamatory and demands the past and present owners of Gotcha Media General and World Media Enterprise, Inc. pay money in damages. Tolliver also names former Richmond Police Chief Brian Norwood in the lawsuit because the police department distributes mugshots as public documents. Tolliver's lawsuits alleges, quote-unquote, Norwood provided the false defamatory information on Tolliver to the Gotcha paper. NBC 12 legal analyst Steve Benjamin says Tolliver only has a case if he wasn't arrested on the charge that was published in the paper. Quote unquote, no matter how you feel about a publication like Gotcha, it's not defamation if it's true and accurate, said Benjamin. You cannot imply something to be true that isn't if it injures somebody's character or reputation. A search of online court records show Dwayne Tolliver was arrested for assault on a police officer in 2011 November. The charge was dropped. NBC 12 spoke to Tolliver over the phone, but he wouldn't say if he was ever arrested or talk about the lawsuit. Tolliver was demanding $250,000 in damages. Now listen, man. Now even though I actually appeared in an issue of Gotcha for a violent crime that eventually sent me to prison, me and my homies always thought of Gotcha as a funny and clout-giving thing. Everybody didn't think the same though. You know, even if you go look at the former Facebook fan page of the Gotcha, which unlike the Instagram is still available, there are disgruntled people who wanted to end this media source. Like, they was very, very pissed off. Duke Nukem commented, whoever run this page is a bitch at Gotcha RVA. Roxanne said, I'm guessing this page is targeted to the Jerry Springer demographic. Hometown tabloid journalism. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? Can't believe it stated, this is horrible and embarrassing. What about the assault victim who gets falsely arrested? What about the professional being accused of a crime? It happened to me and I'm visible in the community daily. And then finally, on September the 1st, 2018, the final issue of Gotcha was distributed, titled, Thank You and So Long. So man, that's basically, you know, the history behind the Gotcha, bro. It's like I said in the documentary, bro, for some odd reason, it was more like a unintentional clout. When I say it was a clout move, I don't think this was like, I gotta get in the Gotcha. But it was like, bro, when we used to go into them gas stations and them 7-Elevens and them just different little spots where they have them, even if somebody's buying some blunts, whoever with them, we waiting right there at the counter looking at trying to see who we see in the Gotcha. And if we see somebody, oh, look who in here. It's weird, bro. I don't know if that's like part of some kind of systematic oppression thing or I don't know, but it fuck your head up. You know what I'm saying? You don't know your head is fucked up, but then when I look back at it now, I'm like, wow, like that won't even know shit to even glorify in any kind of capacity whatsoever. But you know, you live and you learn, and although I do agree it's fucked up, but if it's the law, it's the law. You know what I'm saying? If it's the law, it's the law, bro. Like that's how people get all this snitching papers and all this, you know, legal documents, and not even just about criminal shit, about just anything. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the law in most places and states of inside this country is that, you know, that shit is public documentation. You know what I'm saying? You can get transcripts and everything, videos and everything. But yeah, man, it had a good run. And like I said, man, from what I understand, Gotcha first originated. This was the first one. And then I seen that shit spread everywhere. You know what I'm saying? If you probably had one in your city. But yeah, I believe ours, like I said, ours first came out around 2011, like the beginning of 2011 or mid part of 2011 or something. And yeah, niggas was selling that shit for $1. And who don't got $1? If you was a crackhead, you can buy a Gotcha paper. You know what I'm saying? Whoever was selling them shits made some shit of money because they was selling advertisement space. It's almost like social media. If you think about it, it's like social media in the form of paper, you know, before, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shout out to everybody that you know, tapped in, watched this, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all let me know if y'all have an experience with the gotcha paper or anything similar. Or if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything, man, let me know below in the comments, man. Appreciate you watching the Gotcha documentary. It's the one and only I to the Q, the People's Champ. I'm gone. Hey, make sure you subscribe to my other channels pinned in the description for exclusive content and send me all reactions to the Discord that's pinned in the comments. Gang.